Hi, I want to talk to you today about an error that I made in the anthroposophical work. The volume of work that Rudolf Steiner left behind is enormous, and he's talking about things from different vantage points at different times and places. You really have to know actually what year he's speaking, what city he's talking in, and what lecture series. So what are the main topics he's addressing? So I was looking at a lecture series given in Kassel in 1904. And from that vantage point, it looked like Lucifer was on the same rank as the second hierarchy of angelic beings. He's called a fallen angel, but the term angel is used to describe the entire angelic hierarchy. And I thought he was angel, archangel, archai, dunamis, kuriotetes, exusiai, and exusiai. He was working together with the exusiai, but he was not at that rank. Now, I have to do a deep dive again into a series of lectures. Actually, it was a book that Rudolf Steiner wrote that goes through very carefully the whole evolution of our planet and the being of man from before this planet was even formed, before a solar system was formed. Human beings were there right from the very beginning. And he goes over what group of spiritual beings is working with what other group of spiritual beings together in forming different parts of our being. So this very complex human organism was formed very slowly with the work of pairs, really, of hierarchical beings working in, and then the next pair would take over. So I confused the Exusiai, who were really working with the archangels, and Lucifer being a fallen archangel, which I did a deep dive on it. Since Grant called me out on the error, I went, okay, I accept that. Where does Steiner say exactly who this Luciferic being is in the hierarchy of angels? And he says that in Paris in this late spring of 1914, he states, Lucifer can be considered a fallen archangel. So now we have human beings above us, angels above them, archangels. So he's in, and then the archai are also in that first angelic hierarchy. It's 3 times 3. A quick aside, a 33rd degree Mason has not passed 33 tests. It's 3 times 3. 3 tests here, 3 tests there, 3 tests there. He's passed 9 tests, just to clarify something that gets really screwed up. Numerology goes differently in these cases, in the case of esoteric knowledge. Back to Lucifer. So Lucifer is an archangel who fell in the previous incarnation of the earth. He wasn't able to complete his task. Or in another place, Steiner said he didn't complete his task and chose to stay behind in order to give us freedom. So there was a working of these fallen, retarded spirits that did not pass their grade, and they did not become archai. They're archangels who fell out of the natural order of evolution and began to work against it to complicate things, as if they aren't complicated enough. But their complication was to give us free will, because if we had evolved the way the rightful hierarchy of angels working under the Godhead had intended, without any of the failed beings who are working on levels that Lucifer could only work on our astral body, on our desires. He couldn't work forming our ego. But what happened was our desire body was made so strong. Lucifer means light. He is very powerful, and his powerful light beamed into our astral bodies and created desires that went counter to the plan for humanity. We were to be a perfect mirror of the cosmos, operating out of the goodness and truth and beauty of the cosmos. And we were given the opportunity to have free choice, to work for beauty or for ugliness. So I wanted to clarify that I got something very wrong. And I think it's important to clarify when you do that I'm putting out correct information. And it's also good to know that anthroposophists do correct each other all the time. I just got stomped on by another friend whose area of expertise is finance and economics and societal orders. And I can only speak things I learn in places like the Solari Report and Dark Journalist and James Corbett. And so I was making a statement that I knew from that, and he jumped all over it. It was just like, no, you got it all wrong. And I went, well, you know, you have to understand, I have a color aptitude. I'm not sure. I know Brexit and BRICS are both over there in Europe forming amalgamations of forces, working with finance exchange systems and control over energy. But do I know the difference between BRICS and Brexit? Other than that, no. Do I know the difference between red and blue? Absolutely. So that's my little correction. I've gone on way too long on what Matthew Mornian would call a rant. Anyway, there it is. I was wrong. That's the correct. Thank you very much for watching. Talk again soon.